Good morning. Yesterday we resumed our verse-by-verse study of the Gospel of John. We arrived at chapter 4 and observed Jesus ministering to the Samaritan woman who is at Jacob's well. We discovered 6 ministry lessons that we will examine further each morning this week. For today's Bible reading, read the entire incident, verses 1 through 42, and then we'll share. The first lesson is this: ministry requires confrontation. It just does. God confronts us with our sin before He saves us. Even after He saves us, He confronts our sin because it offends Him. Biblical teaching is by nature confrontational, in that we are presented with a truth that predisposes a faith response. Sometimes we're rebuked to stop us from a terribly wrong path. Sometimes we're corrected and shown the right way. So we must not fear being confronted or confronting others. It's just a part of ministry. And it's not bad unless it's done in a wrong spirit. Usually the only thing that is really hurt is someone's pride. But pride needs to be confronted and dealt with, or it will lead to a downfall every time. I briefly taught you why the Jews hated the Samaritans. Perhaps it was understandable, but it was wrong, sinful. Remember, Jesus equated hatred with murder. We can hate sin and Satan, but we can't hate people because they're made in the image of God. But the Jews did. They would need to change, and Jesus would change it in the hearts of all His disciples. They would learn that His way was always the way of love. So to bring the issue to light, Jesus leads His disciples into Samaria. Not only will Jesus be training His disciples, but He will be saving souls, including the woman He meets. To do that, He will confront her about her sin. She will reveal how God's grace is working in her because she doesn't deny it. Rather, she'll be honest about it. So, how are you when it comes to confrontation? First, can you be confronted? Are you easy to entreat? Or do you put up walls lest anyone dare confront you? Do you make confrontation so painful for people that they learn not to confront you even if you need it? I hope not. It should be easy for people to confront us because we are humble-minded. We know ourselves, that we aren't perfect, so we don't need to pretend that we are, and we don't have to react when our imperfections are revealed. It really is okay to admit that we won't be perfect until heaven. Perhaps you might ask someone what they see in you. Ask, am I easy to confront? And then listen. You may or may not like their honesty, but hopefully you'll learn and grow from it. Second, can you confront? Do you receive from God the courage you need to do so? And when you do so, are you loving about it? Redemptive, helpful, hopeful? I hope so. That may be something you would ask a trusted friend, and hopefully their feedback will help you grow more in this aspect of the ministry. So Jesus confronted the woman at the well in the most gracious manner. He did it privately, so she wasn't humiliated in front of the disciples. His knowledge of her sinful past did not keep her from Him. Instead, she would later boast of Christ and what He had revealed because she came to believe in Him. In closing, let me remind you that we do not have to fear being confronted. When someone does it, we can learn to accept it as a potential gift, leading us to become better and more holy in our conduct or ways. And we don't have to be afraid to confront others. The Lord will give us courage and compassion to do so. Hopefully the one we confront will appreciate our efforts. But even if they don't, it's okay. Our part is to obey and minister. May we do so. Perhaps you'll pray more about this ministry insight. I hope so. Let's pray. Lord, give us the grace to be confronted with a heart to learn and grow. and teach us how to confront others in ministry to help them learn and grow. And now add your prayers. God bless you.